our people depended very much on the sugar farming, especially the southern zone, because of the presence of Mumias sugar. But since the collapse of Mumias sugar, it has been a problem. And as you can see, when you used to come around this place, sugarcane was everywhere. Where you see maize, it was actually sugarcane. And this is because of the collapse, and also when the factory was collapsing, it owed farmers a lot of money. The national government came in and paid off the farmer. We are happy that now there is a private investor who is coming in Mumias sugar, and I hope that we will revive that. And on that premise, we have decided set aside 50 million Kenya shillings as a commodity fund to give specifically to sugar farmers. You can see what we are doing in the maize sector. Also the sugar, we put 50 where farmers will be able to get loans. But we will give this through the sugar company. So they are able to manage that fund for us. So, and we have several sugar companies. If Mumias is revived, we have Botali and we have West Kenya. So this money will go to others. They are the millers who know whom to give because they have the first-hand information.
So we'll go to one special request from the Senator of Kakamega.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 48-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries on the state of affairs at Mumias Sugar Company Limited and the reported resuscitation measures. In the statement, the committee should, 1, address in detail the current state of the company's assets and liabilities, while indicating the value of the core and non-core assets, and stating which entity undertook such valuation, if at all. Second, state the fate of the current receiver manager, while providing details on when and by whom the decision to lease out the company was made, and tabling correspondence on the said decision to the Capital Markets Authority and other regulatory bodies. 3, provide details on the procedure to be followed by government in selling its stake in the company, and address specifically the bidding process, including who the bidders were, when the bidding took place, when the evaluation of submitted tenders was done, what criteria was used to pick the successful tenderer, what were the relevant legal instruments under which the process of leasing was conducted, whether there was public participation in the process, which other companies submitted their bids for the tender, and when were they invited to bid. 4, Madam Speaker, explain the company's revival plan and provide details of the entity deemed to be qualified to take Mumias Sugar Company Limited, while providing the justification. And lastly, Madam Speaker, indicate whether the stakeholders were consulted and provide a report of such consultation, if at all, including the creditors and debtors, and clarify who will pay the pending debts owed by the company, particularly debts owed to farmers and workers. Madam Speaker, it must be very clear that we as leaders of Western region are not opposed to any investor taking over Mumias Sugar Company, because that has always been our interest, to resuscitate the sugar mill in Mumias Sugar Company. But we want accountability. We want the people of Western region to know who is this person that is coming to take over from Mumias Sugar. We want information to flow. That is why, as the representative of the people, I have brought these questions on the floor of this house. this is the right platform for us to engage with any person who wants to take over Mumias Sugar Company. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Madam Speaker, thank you. I support the distinguished Senator for Kakamega in this statement. Madam Speaker, the Committee for Agriculture, I think is chaired by my distinguished friend from Embu, Senator Ndwiga. Madam Speaker, I brought here a statement last year listing very comprehensively the issues that we needed to know in the process of privatization or intended privatization of sugar factories. Senator Ndwiga and his committee have neither informed me of the developments to that statement nor brought any answer to this House, but I believe they will do that, although it has taken inordinately long. Madam Speaker, in addition to what Senator Malala is asking, we want to know from the committee if the Privatization Commission of Kenya has looked at the issues of Mumias and prepared a report, which report must be tabled in the Houses of Parliament for debate and approval before any steps are taken. Two, Madam Speaker, in addition to what Senator Malala is saying and asking, what is the fate of the nucleus land of Mumias? Land that belongs to the people who donated it to the government when Mumias was set up. Is this new investor coming to compensate the citizens of Mumias and Kakamega and Bungoma who have been the beneficiaries of Mumias when it was working? Three, Madam Speaker, on the eve of the elections of 2017, President Uhuru Kenyatta brought 2 billion Kenya shillings to Mumias, public resources. Who is going to account for that money in the process of handing over this factory to the intended investor? Number 4, Madam Speaker, how are the farmers, the outgrow farmers of Mumias, apart from not being consulted, how are they going to be managed and how are they going to relate with the intended investor? Number 5, is the intended investor going to pay out debts that are owed to the farmers in terms of cane delivered and cane not paid for? Number 6, the workers of Mumias, Madam Speaker, who have not received any salaries for months, and those who have retired with no benefits because statutory deductions were never paid to NSSF. Is the intended investor going to foot this bill? Above all, Madam Speaker, we want to know from the chairman of the committee, and I'm happy to Senator Ndwiga because he exhibited some rare competence when he was Minister for Cooperatives, and I believe he can carry that competence to this committee. Can he tell the country, Madam Speaker, whether the government has now abandoned the policy of dealing with sugar factories as an entity from Nzoia, Mumias, Chemelil, Muhoroni, Soni, and is now segmenting and bisecting the factories and dealing with them as individual entities, and therefore weakening the opportunity and the resolve of our collectivity in fighting for sugar farmers and beneficiaries there to who number over 10 million in the sugar belt of this country. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.